History on planet Nibiru. How Anu is fighting to become king. So the counselors asked Anu about his family tree, and he tells them about An's 3 sons. Enki was An's firstborn, and he ruled, then died without having kids. Anib was the middle son and took over for his brother after his death on the throne. And then he married Anib, who was the daughter of his younger brother. So he married his niece. And a lot of times, as you're seeing here, husband and wife have the same name. These are all family names. So he explains how Anib and Inib get married. And from that point on, the succession is written in history books. But who was the youngest brother? One that was of the purest seed and son of Anu and Antu. And at this point, the counselors all look at each other in shock. His name was Enki. Anu explained, he was my great-great-grandfather. His wife, Nibiru, was his half-sister, and her firstborn son was named Inama. So then Anu explains and points out, seed and succession law said that his wife, that was his half-sister, and she did give him a son, by law and seed, the generations kept coming from the same dynasty, from the same family. My parents named me Anu, after my grandfather An. We have been kicked off the throne, but we are not gone, and insisted we will not be kicked off. And then everyone in the room started shouting and arguing. From one side of the room, a counselor says, Anu's pure seed, let Alalu be remade. Let Anu be king. And a lot of counselors started chanting behind him the same thing. While others gave advice and were trying to stay on the neutral, and they all said, let there be no fighting, let unity win. So at this point, they called Alalu to tell him what they had discovered. Alalu comes into the room, and after they update him on what is going on, he puts his arm around Anu in a condescending and belittling way. Alalu is much older than Anu is. So right now, he's treating Anu like a little stupid kid. And he says, even though we have different parents, we both come from the same ancestor. Let's live in peace and help Nibiru turn to plenty together. Then Alalu continues to say, let me keep the throne now, and you, Anu, take care of the next king. And he turns to the council and says to them, let Anu be crowned prince, let his son marry my daughter, and let the heirs unite. Let him be my successor. Anu bent down in front of the council, and he said the following to the group. And Anu says, I will be his cupbearer and heir, and let my son marry his daughter to unite the throne. I shall inherit the throne after him. But even though it seems that they had made peace, this is when all the trouble started, and thanks to this trouble, they were able to discover Earth. Follow for more.